Recovery 201 brought to you by Promise Resource Network, the Disneyland of service providers in Charlotte. I always say that. I love it here. Today we're going to talk about conflict resolution. The name of the class is How to Get Almost Everything You Want. Originally, it was called How to Get Almost Everything You Want, Not Have to Go to Jail, but we couldn't fit that on the slide, so we just cut it down a little bit. But it's true. I want to learn how to get what I need today, how to get what I want today without having the consequences I've had in the past, right? So, conflict. Anybody been in conflict lately? Everybody here. we just took roll, didn't we? That's right. So today, conflict is a disagreement or clash between ideas, principles, or people. 9 times out of 10, it involves people, doesn't it? There's just so many people out there to annoy us, to trigger us. So being around people can cause conflict. Oh, put your phones on vibrate, please. Or we'll dance. So I've got some tips to give y'all, and they're basic tips. Okay, stuff I learned in kindergarten, but when I was out there doing my deal, I kind of lost the ability to be polite. Anybody else? All right, there we go. We got lots of hands raised. I wasn't the only one that wasn't as polite as possible out there in the day. Yes, we learned to be polite, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Who to be polite to. So the first idea that I want to talk about, the first tip is take a breath. When you're in conflict, when somebody has something you want and they won't give it to you, we bump heads, right? I want something, somebody has it but won't give it to me, and that's what happens. So first, take a breath. When this happens, take a step back. That's a beautiful thing, because when we are in conflict, a lot of times we want to step forward, right? But that intimidates, that angers, that scares people, and the reaction that we get from that is not what I want today, right? I want what I need, and they have it. I've got to act accordingly. I've got to learn to communicate in a way that allows me to be effective and get what I want today. Yes.
Somebody said it shows who they really are when they can't get what they want. Usually when everything's okay when you're getting what you want. Usually when you don't get what you want, that shows your character, how you act and react to not getting your needs met.
We do act and react when we don't get our needs met. Absolutely, Porter. Thank you. And that's the key right there. I need something. I really, really need something, and you have the ability to give it to me, but you won't. Okay? Or you can't. We'll get to that in a minute. Right?
Well, guess what? I'm a firm believer in, if you got sometimes you have to speak things into existence. And have faith. That's what I know about.
Faith is really important, especially in ourselves. But that first thing, take a break for a second. Beautiful thing about recovery is we get a pause. There is a moment between the conflict and the reaction. I want to respond today. I don't want to react. I've reacted most of my life, and it hasn't gotten me what I wanted. And that's just the deal, right? I want what I want, and if I expect myself to get it, I've got to act accordingly, right? They've got what I want, not vice versa, right? So take that breath. Think for just a moment. Think, how can I communicate in a way that's going to be effective in me getting what I need today? And then relax a little bit. try to take a deep breath, try to stay in the moment, try to be that pause.
And sometimes I realize when I'm asking people for things that I'm not getting my needs met, sometimes my higher power tell me that I need to be able to do it for myself. Sometimes there's things that I can do myself, and I'm just relying on people that I can just say that I need to learn how to say, no, I'm not weak. I know a lot of things. I have resources. There are things I can do. They're just gonna only force me to learn how to do it myself so I can teach myself how to do it.
We do have to take care of ourselves and our needs, absolutely. And part of that is the communication, right, that we've got to do. Another step, another tip is identify what you really want, right? Sometimes what we really want is a thing. Sometimes it's respect. Sometimes it's to be heard. And when those needs aren't being met, it can take us to conflict too. So what is it you really need? Identify that, and you've got a way to go, right? To say something like, I need a job. Okay, yeah. Let's break that down a little bit. Where can we start? I need a resume. Okay, let's start there, right? Those big questions, those big needs, if we break them down, we're more likely to get them met, right? So I need to know what I want, what I need in that moment. Tip 3, have I done my part? Just about accountability, thank you. Have I done my best to take care of what I need to take care of? Just about everywhere we go, there are either rules or expectations. Here at PRN, we don't have rules. Dun, dun, dun. We have expectations though, right? The expectation here is that we give and receive love, acceptance, and respect. Those are the 3 things. And when we do those, there is much less conflict. Love, acceptance, and respect allows us to be compassionate, allows us to understand that other person a little better. So I got to check and make sure I've done my part. Everywhere I go, there are rules and expectations. And a lot of times when I'm receiving a service of some sort, they'll give me a book or a pamphlet or a sheet of paper of these are the rules. A lot of places have a lot of rules. Whose responsibility is it to know those rules? Me.
So tiny.
Me. I know. But it's on me. Because when I get into a contract with someone, when I sign the paper and they sign the paper that says, I'll do this and you'll do that, it's a contract. So I want to make sure I have done my part of the contract. If I buy I was going to say a DVD player, but do we even buy those anymore? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I buy a camera. Let's do that. We still have cameras, right? I'm so old. Okay, so I buy a camera and it's broken when I get it. So I call the company and I tell them it'd been a while since I'd had it. I call the company and say, this thing's broken. And they say, did you fill out the warranty? I never fill out the warranty. I never fill out the warranty. So they say, well, I'm sorry, we can't help you. I didn't do my part. So I'm the one that's out, right? So I got to do my part of whatever that contract is so I can get my needs met, right? That makes sense? Okay. This is an important one. What's most important, the thing or the relationship? Here's my cookie story. The cookie. I have an intimate relationship with peanut butter Oreos. Okay. I love them and they love my hips and it all works out wonderfully. So I've got to, Porter's singing Reunited. So I got this thing. I need my peanut butter Oreos. It's a thing with me. So I go to the store And I go back and I'm jonesing for my peanut butter Oreos and there are none. Well, I get pissed, right? I'm in need. I got my need. So I go up to the lady at the cashier and I say, listen, I need some peanut butter Oreos. Well, she gets lippy with me. I need my Oreos, man. Here's this person's got the ability. They're not giving it to me. I get pissed, right? At that moment, I've got to decide, is the thing more important than the relationship? Okay. I don't know this lady. I'm probably not going to have a relationship with her in the future. But there's our beat. But I don't want to be disrespectful, but I want the cookie, right? So I'm in conflict. Now, say I go to my mama's house and she's just baked homemade peanut butter cookies. This is killing me. Homemade peanut butter cookies. Trigger. So I go to my mom. Mom, can I get a cookie? And she goes, no, they're for guests. I got the ability to meet that need. We bump heads, or do we? I may need that relationship in the future. If nothing else, I may need her. I love her. I want to continue in relationship. So I'm not going to show my ass, right? I'm going to put the relationship before the cookie. The relationship before the thing that I want. Because the relationship is more important, isn't it? So I got to decide. I got to weigh them out. Is this, because that person, that relationship may be, you're not too close to them, a case manager, POs, someone that's helping you. And that's all right not to be that close, but you may need them in the future. You may need to call somebody and say, hey, I need help getting my driver's license. I need, excuse me. We're dancing. I need my license, so I need my birth certificate. So I may need that person in the future. Sorry, we had an interruption.
But Miss Sharon, I was in a situation like that right there, right?
Uh-huh.
I went to the store and I wanted something.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't fly off, right? And I was asking the lady, the lady that stopped the stuff.
Yeah.
And so when I seen her, she said, we got your stuff in.
That's it. Man, that's the next one.
Yeah.
You guys always look at my paperwork. The next one is seek help. If that cashier can't help you, kick it up a notch, right? Talk to the supervisor. Talk to another cashier. They may have the information you need. Right. I just found out that first cashier was lippy and she didn't help me at all. So I asked the next cashier and they say they're going to restock in 10 minutes. Can you wait? And I can. I get what I need. I just had to find the right information. Turn that off, please. Yeah. The next thing is acceptance. I may not get what I want. I may not get what I want, and I've got to be able to deal with that. The definition of acceptance is a realization of a fact or truth and the process of coming to terms with it. That's what the dictionary says. My definition, to be willing to let go of an expectation. I want something, but I'm not going to get it. Today, maybe tomorrow. If I can just accept for today that I'm not going to be able to get this thing, it makes it a little bit okay at that moment, and I can move on. Absolutely. Self-respect is important, isn't it? It took me a long time to get some. So I want to be able to keep it. Self-respect to me means at the end of the day, I can look in the mirror and say I didn't harm anyone and I didn't harm myself. I acted in a way that was kind. I acted in a way that was polite and effective. So we want to be able to keep that self-respect. Yes, dear. We don't have the mic. That's why, yeah. That's why it's so quiet in here. We don't have the mic today. So I want that self-respect. I want to keep that. I don't want to give that away. It took me too long to get it. So I don't want to act in a way that takes that feeling of self-worth away from me.
It's like, what do you value?
Yeah, what do I value today? Stay in character. Be the person that you want to be. Be the person that you know you can be. And hold on to that self-respect. And as I respect myself, I learn to respect other people. First, okay, we got a few more tips. Don't be belligerent. Don't show your ass, right? If I show my ass over to cookies, I probably will get a free ride and some county jewelry, but I will not be able to eat my cookies in the back of the police car, right? It can go there. It can go there. I can use the smallest thing and lose my shit over it because I think it's that important. Making mountains out of molehills. So to be belligerent, to cuss and fuss and yell and threaten, all these things don't work in the long run, do they? They work in the short run. I might get my cookie, but in the long run, I'm going to lose more than the cookie. Yes, Alec.
The behavior you just covered, gets good results when I'm home alone. Alone. I can cuss and carry on.
Yes.
And I feel better when I'm done.
There is a time and a place to purge, to get that out of us, right? But I don't want to do that on somebody that hasn't deserved it, right? Right. So that's the thing I want. There is a time to yell. It's good in the car with the radio full blast when you're driving down the road. Just, I can't believe so-and-so, blah, 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 right? So it's okay to be belligerent then because you're by yourself. Get it out. But when we're around other people, it's threatening. It doesn't get us. It doesn't get us what we want, does it? It does take a lot of energy. It does. And I want to use that. Thank you. I want to use that energy better today. Yep.
Your actions. You never know. I remember saying you never know who's being inspired by your actions. It's like, oh, he did it. I want to do it.
We never know who's watching us. We never know who's watching. We are modeling today. We're groaning in recovery. People watch how we deal with conflict. People watch how we act and how we respond rather than react, right? So we're an example today to other people on how to get through this without losing all of that. Okay, the next thing, be respectful to yourself and authority. To me, authority is somebody that has the power to take something away from you. What can your employer take from you? Job. What can the police take from you? Freedom.
Your life.
What can your mama take from you?
Freedom.
Your life, right? She'll cut you over to cookies. I'm telling you. Some will. So I want to be respectful to those that have the power to take something away from me. Like the police, like a judge, like somebody that's in authority over me. I don't have to feel that in my heart of hearts. If I'm doing today, by the grace of God, I got a license, I got a sticker, I got a tag, my car is inspected, I go the speed limit, I wear my seatbelt now. So, and I get pulled over. I'm doing the speed limit. I'm doing good. And I'm on Independence Boulevard and the police officer pulls me over. I know I'm right. Right? I know I'm right. I wasn't doing anything. Now I've got a moment that I can take a step back and think, do I want to be right or do I want to be in jail? Do I want to be right or do I want to get a ticket right off the bat? So when the police officer comes up, I've got that choice. Let me tell you, I pay your salary with my taxes, and I know I'm right. That's not going to that's going to put them in a bad frame of mind, which you don't want a police officer in a bad frame of mind. So I'm going to do what I do. I'm just going to say, good morning, officer. I don't know why I was pulled over, but you do what you need to do, and I'll do what I need to do. Right? Easy peasy. No conflict. No problem. It's a win-win. You do your thing. I'll do my thing. I'll take this up later with the court. I'm good. I don't have to fight now. I get to use my voice later with somebody that has more authority than this person. Right? Oh, well, that's the ultimate authority, to give it to your higher power. But faith without works is dead. So we got to do our part too. Right? You have the right to remain silent, and you really should.
And y'all can know how you talk to them.
Yep. It's all in the communication.
Yeah.
It's all in the communication talking to, whether it's a police officer or judge, right? Friendship, relationship, people have the power to pull away from us. And if we don't want to lose that relationship, then I got to be kind. That's the next thing. Be compassionate. Allow the other person to have a bad day. That cashier that I was talking about gave me some lip. Her aunt just died.
Right.
Oh, man, if I'd have known that, I would have been so kind. I didn't have all the facts. And if I react because I don't have all the facts of the situation, I'm not going to be the one that's in the right. And today I want to be that. I want to be the one that's doing the right thing, right? So compassion is a big part of conflict. Allow the other person to have a bad day. When I have a bad day, I don't want everybody fussing and cussing at me about my attitude. Please help me. Don't hinder me. How can I give that compassion today to another human being? Because karma happens. What I give, I get. What I give, I get.
You know, never people that may not have the tools. I know when I didn't have those tools. So I give people grace and mercy because I had to have it because I didn't know, but I didn't know.
We don't know what we don't
I
know.
didn't see it modeled. This is how I saw conflict handled, either run or argue.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything else. So I give people grace and mercy. That's what I want.
Porter's talking about grace and mercy for those that don't yet have the tools. And when I don't yet have the tools to deal with conflict, a lot of times I need to remember that my experience isn't somebody else's. Maybe they haven't experienced what I have to understand what compassion is today, to understand that conflict doesn't get us what we want today. A little compassion goes a long way. A little compassion. Yes, Alan.
I was just thinking of a very quick example.
Well, we can't hear because we don't have a mic. So so keep it really short and I'll interpret.
Oh, okay. So a young lady here, she was very upset about something.
Mm-hmm.
But it was clear to me. So I took some immediate action to help her resolve the immediate issue.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, but she also said, well, I got all these emotional things that are going. So I sat down with her and started doing a peer support specialist intervention. And we didn't get very far. She was just too upset and agitated. But the next time I see her, I'll make that offer.
When we're compassionate to other people, thank you, Alan. Alan was talking about his interaction with somebody that was having a really, really bad day. Really, really bad day. And wasn't able to cope very well with everything that was going on. And his compassion allowed that person to calm down a little bit. Allowed that person to be okay where they were, right? When we show compassion to someone else, it allows them to take a step back and maybe not feel threatened like they have in the
Because
past.
sometimes, I can speak to my own self, like, sometimes you act and react in a certain way because you haven't been seen. So when somebody finally sees you, you kind of need to fix it. Like, I don't want you to see me as this broken state right now. I don't know what I'm going through, but it's a place where I'm dealing with a lot right now. But I'm trying to keep this mask on because I'm not comfortable being vulnerable right now. Or usually I go to my default. It is not when I'm sad. Sometimes I go to anger.
Yeah.
That's easier.
Anger is easier to fall into. And that has to do with, I think, fear of me not getting my needs met, of losing what I've got or not getting what I want. And that's where fear comes from. And fear can turn to anger. If I don't get my cookies, if I've got a serious addiction to cookies, that's going to affect me in a way. And I want to be able, like you said earlier, grace, compassion, mercy for another person. Because God knows I needed it on some
I want to
days.
control my emotion now. Allow my emotions to control me.
Absolutely. We want to respond rather than react. The next thing is ask for help. Ask for help. Use that chain of command. Remember, I said that if the first cashier couldn't help me, I'm going to go to another one. They can't help me, I'm going to go to the supervisor. Right? Try to let the first person fix it, though. Right? Because nobody wants to be narked on to their boss. Right? Did we still say narc? I don't know. I'm old. Right? I don't know. But you don't want to be told on to your boss. So try to let them do the right thing. But if they don't have the information, if I call Social Security and the first person I talk to doesn't have what I need, it's all right for me to ask for someone else to get those needs met. The first person simply may not have what we need. So kick it up a notch. Get somebody with more power and more information if need be. Okay? Make sense? All right. There are there 3 or 4? Let's go through them. Kinds of communication. There's aggressive. I'm going to whoop your butt. Right? There's passive. Whatever you want is fine. There's passive aggressive. Whatever you want is fine. And then I key your car. All right. And then there's assertive. And assertive is what I want because it's the kind of communication that allows me to get my needs met. When I'm assertive, I'm speaking my truth in a way that is effective, that communicates to the other person. Yes, I respect myself and I respect you as well. Right? So some tips on being assertive. Make eye contact. Make eye contact with somebody. It's a form of respect. That shows that let me tell you, I didn't make a whole lot of eye contact back in the day because I was sneaky as hell. Right? I was just sneaky. And I wouldn't look you in the eye because I knew I was doing wrong. Right? So when I make eye contact, it helps the other person know I respect them. Right? Excuse me. Watch our body posture. Watch our body language. That's not going to imply that I am really ready to communicate in an effective way. I want to be open today. I want to be relaxed. I want to watch that body posture. I don't want to bulk up, which I can sometimes when I feel like I'm not getting my needs met, when I want to intimidate. I want to be able to stay relaxed, stay at peace in a way that allow me to help that other person to stay at peace too, right? Keep a comfortable distance. Like I said in the beginning, when we get into conflict, sometimes we want to step forward, right? That doesn't work, doesn't get us what we want most times. I want to take a step back, right? Allow that space to be there because that allows safety. When I step into somebody's space, it can intimidate them, anger them, affect them in a way, infect them in a way that I don't want, right? Absolutely, respect is important. Watch your gestures. Hold on, we getting there. Big like this. I do a lot of this when I talk sometimes. don't do that. Because they think you might kung fu them or something. I don't know. Just chill. Watch your hands. Just keep them down. Don't do big things that can freak people out. Watch your facial expression, right? Watch your facial expression. Right? That's not going to give me what I want. Hey, Lavonia, my facial expressions. Yeah, I know. Man, if somebody's ever told you, girl, I saw your face from across the room and I knew it was going to get ugly, then you know you got a face issue. So just relax. Just relax. Watch your voice. Watch your tone. The level, how the volume and the tone are really important. A lot of times when we get in conflict, we get louder, right? And the louder I get, the less likely the person is to hear me, if that makes any sense. Because when you get loud, I shut down. And I'm not going to hear you. So keep the volume down and watch your tone. It's not what you said, it's how you said it. Thank you. Right? I'm saying thank you. Thank you. But it's not, the tone isn't right. Goodbye. I've had enough. I can say nice things in a way that imply that I'm not being very nice. So watch your tone and watch your volume. Address the person in private if you can. Take the person aside. Don't do this in a group of people, especially peers, because it can embarrass, intimidate, piss off, and make the other person aggressive. And I don't want that. Defensive. When we drag people through embarrassment, it won't get us what we need, especially if we're in that kind of a relationship. So pull somebody aside, say, hey, I'm having a problem with this. Can we talk about it? Just you and me. Listen to what the other person's actually saying. Listen to what the other person's actually saying, because they may have already come up with a solution for us, right? I want a job. I need a resume. Oh, I've got a really good thing on resumes. Good. Okay, I don't have to say anything else. You got me covered. Cool. When I listen to you, you actually help me. And the last thing is know and practice what you want to say. Especially when I go to the doctor, if I go before someone with that kind of authority, a judge, a PO, I want to know what I want to say. Because I get in there and I get nervous and I forget stuff. I forget what I want to say. I forget the questions I want to ask my doctor. So if I write them down and if I practice them, if I know what I'm going to say, I'm going to get my needs met. Yes, sir.
It's like if you're supposed to look like a checkup doctor.
Yeah.
And you haven't been eating like stuff like that. The cholesterol is going to be high.
Yeah.
So you're nervous. So you're thinking what to tell them, honestly.
Yeah, when we get in those situations where I'm not sure what to say because I haven't been doing my part really, right? So when I've got that written down and I can say, hey, this is part of the issue. Let's get to the solution, because the solution is what I want. The solution is I get what I need today, but I do it in a way that's respectful, kind, compassionate, and effective.
And I
Right.
think the people you start to be more more likely to help you when they see you at least trying.
Yeah.
When they see like, oh, I've got so many patients that I'm going to use. They're like, oh, you see somebody trying. They're like, oh, you know what? Most people say, you know what? Maybe if I don't know it, I'll find somebody else to work.
Yeah. When people see us trying, Porter said, when people see us trying, they're more likely to be helpful to us. When I'm doing my part, when I come at somebody in a polite, respectful way, when I communicate in a way that I want to be communicated to, the golden rule, do unto others as you want done to you, right? Works out a lot better. So we just had some basic tips, what I learned in kindergarten and lost on the street, right? Take a break for a minute. Make sure you're in the right. Identify what you really want. Weigh out, is the relationship more important than the cookie? right? I want you to always think about the cookie, because sometimes it is just a cookie, but sometimes it is a cookie. Right? Don't give yourself an authority. If nothing else, don't lose what you've got. You may not get what you need. That's where acceptance comes in. But don't lose what you've already got. Right? Ask for help is a big one. Asking for help is a big one. So conflict happens every day, everywhere. It happens on the bus. It happens in our homes. It happens on the job. It happens anytime there are people that get together that have different needs, different opinions, or different principles,
I
right?
like how you ended the conflict early before class here. It was good. Before this class, it was just odd. You had it, and you just give a good model of what to do. How to be very firm, very respectful. Just have to be clear with things like, this is what I want, this is what I expect, this is what it is. Not arguing.
The expectations are there. When I don't have to argue today. When I say my truth, then I can be quiet.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if the other person hears me or not. It's wonderful when they do, but I have spoken my piece. I've spoken my truth, and then I can, in good conscience, try to go somewhere else to get those needs met. But you're right, Port. People watch us. People watch how we interact with other people. We're an example today. Like I said, I'm grown and in recovery. I can't just fool around anymore. I can't just curse out people, right? Because it's not what I want to do. Good morning, Karen. It's not what I want to do today. It's not who I want to be today. I want to be the person I can be. I want to be the person.
Bring out the character, you let them bring out the character.
Some people will bring out that part of us. When I know me and I can remember that, take a step back, I'm less likely to go there, right? I'm less likely to go there. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to tell you two things before we leave. Let me tell you about our warm line. It is a 24/7, 365 call away from someone who knows how to listen. All right. It is manned by peer support specialists who are there to help. If it's 3:00 Sunday afternoon and you're having a rough time, call us. We're there. If it's 3 a.m. Wednesday and it's kicking in your head, call us. We're here to help. We listen. We have resources, and we're able to hear sometimes when others can't. So give us a call, 833-390-7728. That's 833-390-7728. Also, go to our website, www.promiseresourcenetwork.org, and take our survey. It allows us to know what works, what's happening that we're doing effective, and what's not so great, so we can change it. So let us know. Go to our website. Share. The third thing. Share this post. If you enjoyed this, share it. Share it on your page. Share it on pages you're attached to. Different groups, recovery groups, anybody. The word needs to get out about recovery. Everybody needs to recover from something. Everybody's had some kind of trauma, right? I want to thank y'all for being here. I want to thank y'all for the patience of my group, for understanding that we're chill today. I'm doing all the yakking. So I keep peace, share love. Have a great